Went through the seasons. She's doubling them up. Okay, so cardinal, you're going to have a pushy personality. So your motivation is your IC, it's underneath, but your ascendant is going to be, if you have a pushy ascendant, but a very insecure IC, you're going to push your insecurity. You're going to push what you're worrying about. If you have confidence, you're still going to push what I'm going for this, I'm going for that, I'm going for that. So you're going to be driving to make things happen. That's the cardinal signs, driving Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn, driving to do something, driving to have a home or for the family, driving for relationships, driving for responsibility, but you're going to be pushing this image. So many people say you look like your ascendant. It's not just that you just exactly look like it, but these patterns sometimes can be observed. Yet, even when you're observing a pattern, you still have to watch more clearly to see where the motivation is coming from. So when you have a fixed personality image, you're projecting. Consider you look the same way, you have the same way. You're gonna wear the same clothes, project. You're gonna put things out in a similar way consistently and try and maintain that. Doesn't mean it's all fixed because life is so changeable. You're comfortable when things are stable. If it's calm, if it's stable, you'll project out and you're expecting the same response. You don't want someone to be attacking you. You don't want someone to be evasive around it. You don't want different attitudes around it. This is what I'm doing. This is who I am. When you have that fixed sense of who I am, you're also going to have a fixed sense of how people should be responding to you and who you're relating to. We'll get to that. Now, the mutable identity is going to have many personalities come and project. I'll try this way today. I'll do this. It has a very changeable output. It puts out diversity, multitasking. You're going to get mixed signals or diverse signals from them. This is interesting. It's curious. It's interesting. They project their curiosity and they're interested in things. But they have the interest. They know how it's going to go. They want to express it. But that doesn't mean they're stable or around it at all. It depends on their motivation and where they're coming from as to really the quality of what you're projecting. So again, projecting the fiery ascendant. There's a lot of work on ascendants. A lot of people have written all sorts of, there's so much stuff written on the rising sign. And a fair amount about the midheaven, but not very much about the descendant, even less about the IC. So the ascendant, you want to be seen. You want to do things. It's with fire. You're projecting your activity. Your image is, I'm going to be active. Identify this. This is fun. This is exciting. I'll try this. Let's go. You're projecting on that. You want to be proud. You're projecting your pride. But if it's negative, you have the opposite of pride. You have the I'm not good enough. I can't do this. Why should I go there? Why bother? Like, I want the applause. So you could want the applause, but if you have 3 kids in the family, the other kids may be ganging up so you don't get all the attention. You're still going to want to be noticed. With the fire, with the air, you're going to project out your ideas. Your energy, you want to be listened to. You want to say things. You want to appear intelligent. When it's Cancer, you want to project that you feel secure, that you feel okay. You don't want your worries to show. You don't want your guilt or sorrows to show. It's so sensitive. You just want to project that calm, sympathetic, emotional nature. But the minute it gets disturbed, it's an overreaction. And it takes it personally. When it's in the earth signs, it's down to its back. I'm not going to show reaction, but they respond to practical things, touch, being healthy, physical, material things. You can have a practical attitude. It does depend where all the other planets and that will come in and be along the wheel, and they'll reinforce this or fight it. So even though the attitude is there, it doesn't mean it's the primary factor going on in your life. It's what people see first. It can be evolved. It can be changed. So again, when you see the rulership, whatever sign is on this end of that planet, if it's Cancer, where the moon is going to affect your identity. You're going to identify to your mother, to a home, and if someone's going to relate to you, they got to put up with your mom, your home, your feelings. Otherwise, you've hurt my feelings, and your identity is going to be upset. When you're upset, you're going to project that personal thing, and it's going to seem like you need a high maintenance because you're always worrying about stuff. Or when you're feeling it, you're always going to be mothering and nurturing people, wanting to come to your place, wanting to take care of them. So but that's tied up to the moon. It's enough just to look at this and see the moon rulership, and there's a need to identify the family and be somewhat clear about it. But technically, after you've done this thoroughly, then you could add another level, seeing where the moon is and how it interacts with that. That's another level of depth. If you take the sun, again, you got all the M elements, but the identity is going to be ruled by the sun. I have to be confident. Ta-da, I'm the confident one. Don't you see me? Don't you notice what I'm wearing? Don't you see this? It projects out that confidence. When you project out the confidence, what are you going to get back? You're going to get back people reacting, and they're not, other people are going to think, well, we're not so much there. We're not, like, he knows he's okay, so I don't have to give him any feedback. It's going to be much more cautious, the feedback. So it's funny how this balances out. When you have the Mercury sign, again, the Mercury rulership, your identity is going to be based on your education, your knowledge, on talking about things, communicating things, whether it's really, it's how you talk and how you think. It's very important. So what you say when you first meet someone, wow. Or finding a way to project properly or well, that somebody's going to be impressed and be thinking more about what you said. When you take it to the Venus ruled signs of Taurus and Libra, it's being appreciated, being liked, being beautiful, being comfortable. I'm projecting beauty. I have nice things. Don't you like me? I'm projecting my beauty. I project my style. I'm projecting how much money I have. I project these things. Or negatively, I project my discontent or my envy. But generally, you're taking the sign of Taurus or Libra and you're projecting to get attention. The Taurus and Libra want to be appreciated, want to be liked. So the identity comes to being making things beautiful, being around beautiful things, being content, being happy. And there's, it can be artistic, it can be about money, it can be about sensuality. It just depends on what level that person's living at, what age they are, how it's working through. But that predisposition is there of how they put the energy out. This is the rising sign. Some people believe in astrology, the rising sign is the most important thing in your chart. It's not, your sun is. But even when you're seeing the rising is putting out, to understand the ascendant without seeing where the motivation is, wow, you're not going to really get it on how you project out or how you respond. Anytime you put it to the Mars ruled, the Aries or the Scorpio, you're going to have the aggressive personality. The one that's projecting, the Aries, it's going to be physical projecting, impulsive. The Scorpio is going to be judgmental, but very passionate. I'm going to do this for you. I'm doing this for you. Where are you going? What's that? Who are you talking to? Like, it's going to be competitive, Mars, sometimes angry, but then anger or negative Mars things will have a big effect on how you project. Anger, force, bullying, all of those things would end up causing bad associations and difficulties or embarrassments. But you pick noble, courage, strength, help people. When you're projecting for good things, that changes everything, how this works. So it's how to fix your projection or how it works. That usually you see it at some level, and you see what the strong points are and what the weak points are about how they're projecting. But in seeing that, you're beginning to see clearly how people respond to you, how people are thinking or reacting to your input or your output. And wow, that's a huge amount of being able to psychologically, the people that can do that, they have a different psychology than people who can't do that. You know, like, so what's normal, what's behavior, what builds up somebody properly, what's in a life, you begin to get insights in this direction. When it goes to Jupiter or Sag, you're going to have the multifaceted, the enthusiastic ascendant. Let's try this, is going to want to travel, want to do things, want to indulge things. It's going to have opinions about things. It's going to almost exaggerate what it believes. And it's going to project these things that right or wrong. So if you're positive and you know on the right side, I'm right, and the world's going, okay, this is how it should be. If it's negative and you're guilty, I'm guilty, how can I project anything? It can come up, your misunderstanding can really affect your personality, your persona, and only attract people who don't understand you rather than people who understand you. So whatever you project is going to determine what your midheaven is, what you accomplish. Anyways, we'll get to that in a second. With Aquarius and Capricorn, you have these are the winter signs. These are the serious personalities. Doesn't matter what sign you are. You got the Capricorn or Aquarius ascendant. You're going to have a serious. It's how you project. But what are you going to project? You're going to project your caution, your defenses. You're not going to be the first one to say, hey, how you doing? How's it happening? You're not going to be feeling. You're going to be a little serious and measuring what you're putting out. That's the Saturn. You want respect. If you're going to put things out and you're around people aren't going to give you respect, why would you put it out? So in that way, there's a certain shy or reserved quality of Saturn. But the need for respect and to accomplishment, there's still an ambitious quality to that too. So the need to work and be serious and work hard to accomplish it, to affect people, that's on the ascendant there. Okay. So each of the, like, we've done the two, but now when we look at the midheaven, what you projected out has affected people. It's made friends, enemies, it's affected people. They aligned with you or didn't align with you, and accordingly it built up achievements, accomplishments. People respect you or know you, or they don't. In 11th house, it's enough to know you. In the 12th house, 10th house, it's about what you accomplish, what you can do with people. Are you useful? Are you useful? Are you an advantage or a disadvantage? And everyone's going to think about you like that and assess your status or position in the world. That's the MC. I mean, it's all simple associations. The difficulty is people get a quick kick on it and they don't realize you can slow it down and it opens up greater and greater depth. It's like a big mystery. It's not a big mystery. It's just take the time to follow it through and wait for the meanings to come. And this, an astrology, you just slow it down and it'll open up. Like in drumming, if you're playing drums, everyone wants to go faster and faster. But if you're trying to learn something, you have to slow it down and get it first. Then you can speed up later in stages.